Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Decipher Sniper. We are planning to release new and more interesting content on this channel. If you are new to this channel, then please subscribe and support us. Let's begin. Screwdriver, antenna, and an oversized jacket. These are all the tools that Stéphane Breitwieser needed to steal works of art worth $1.9 billion. How did he do all this with such simple tools? Well, let's dive into the incredible story of the men who stole $1.9 billion right under the guards' noses. Our story begins in March 1995 in Switzerland, specifically in a town called Gruyères. The protagonist of this story is a Frenchman named Stéphane Breitwieser. He was traveling to Gruyères with his girlfriend, Anne-Catherine, to visit an ancient medieval castle known as Gruyères Castle. The castle is now a museum containing various antiquities and art pieces dating back to the Middle Ages. Its corridors and large rooms are filled with paintings, lining every wall. As Stéphane and his girlfriend wandered through these corridors and admired the beautiful paintings, one particular piece caught Stéphane's eye. The painting, by German artist Christian Wilhelm Ernst Dietrich, depicted a woman in a dress, her gaze fixed outward as if she were looking directly at the viewer, directly at Stéphane. At that moment, he felt an overwhelming urge to steal the painting. Although he had never stolen anything before, this impulse consumed him. He turned to Anne-Catherine and told her he wanted to steal the painting. Rather than objecting, she simply replied, "Well, excellent idea. Let's do it." They returned to the museum and began observing the corridors, which were nearly empty. With few tourists and weak security, the guards were scarce, and there were no surveillance cameras. While Anne-Catherine watched the corridors, Stéphane carefully removed the painting from its frame, folded it, and tucked it under his oversized jacket. They left the castle without a hitch, marking the beginning of one of the greatest art heists in history. The experience gave Stéphane a powerful desire to own more paintings. He had always loved art, but owning it felt different. So he began traveling across Europe, carrying out approximately 240 thefts from 172 art galleries across 7 different countries, all without being caught. Was he some kind of mastermind? Not exactly. His methods were simple, and Anne-Catherine was always there to help by keeping watch. Stéphane's job was to unscrew paintings from their frames, fold them, and hide them under his jacket. His trick was choosing poorly guarded galleries to avoid detection. This confidence enabled him to repeatedly steal from the same locations, sometimes in simple disguises like a fake mustache. According to the New York Times, the total value of his stolen art was about $1.9 billion. Yet, despite his success, he lived modestly, working as a waiter, while Anne-Catherine worked as a nurse. They lived in the attic of Stéphane's mother's house. Why, despite the value of his collection, did he live this way? The answer is simple: Stéphane never sold any of the paintings. He stole art purely out of love for the pieces, filling every wall of his small apartment with stolen works worth millions. This was part of why he evaded capture for so long. Most art thieves get caught when they try to sell their loot. But Stéphane's downfall would come not from greed for money, but from his artistic greed, his inability to stop adding to his collection. His fatal mistake occurred in 1997 at a museum in Lausanne, Switzerland. Stéphane and Anne-Catherine scoped out a painting, but as they left, a guard noticed something suspicious under Stéphane's jacket. The guard alerted others, and Stéphane was stopped before he could escape. Detained by the police, Stéphane played the remorseful first-time offender and was released on probation. For a time, he continued his usual heists across Europe, avoiding Switzerland. For years later, in 2001, he felt it was safe to return. He stole an antique trumpet and, emboldened by his success, returned 2 days later to steal another piece. This time, however, guards recognized him, and he was arrested. After searching his apartment, investigators were shocked to find stolen art from more than 170 galleries. His mother, alerted by Anne Catherine, had tried to destroy the paintings by burning some and dumping others in a canal. When authorities retrieved these damaged artworks, they realized the extent of Stéphane's activities. Stéphane confessed and was sentenced to 3 years in prison, though he served only 2. Anne Catherine and his mother were also imprisoned. His relationship with Anne Catherine ended, and he fell into depression after his release, living alone and struggling financially. Desperate, he returned to art theft in 2011, but this time for money. Predictably, he was caught and sentenced again. After further arrests in 2019, he faded from public view, cementing his legacy as perhaps the greatest art thief in history. If you liked the video, then please subscribe and click the bell icon for more such interesting videos. Thank you for watching.